The referees who were a nightmare to football players. In football, players may steal the spotlight, managers may control the tactics, but there's one person who holds the power to decide everything with just a single blow of the whistle. These are the men who ruled the pitch with fear, discipline, and controversy. The ones every footballer remembers. The referees who became nightmares to football players. Pierluigi Collina, the godfather of referees, before VAR, before the endless debates, there was one man who didn't need technology to command respect, Pierluigi Collina. The Italian referee with his bald head and piercing blue eyes became a legend not because of fame, but because of fear. Players said he could see through you. His stare alone could silence even the fiercest arguments. In the 2002 World Cup final, between Brazil and Germany, Collina controlled a pitch full of superstars like it was a classroom. No chaos, no protests, just order. He was fair, but terrifyingly strict. Collina didn't just referee games, he ruled them. And to this day, when players talk about authority, one name still echoes: Collina. Howard Webb, the policeman of the pitch from Italy. We move to England, where another bald figure patrolled the field. Howard Webb, a former police officer, carried his discipline from the streets to the stadium. He wasn't the loudest, he wasn't the flashiest, but when he took charge, players knew there was no escape. In the 2010 World Cup final, between Spain and the Netherlands, Webb handed out 14 yellow cards in one match, a record that still stands. The game was brutal, the tackles ruthless, but Webb stood tall like a soldier in a war zone. He once said, "I never enjoyed being loved. I enjoyed being respected." And that's exactly what players gave him, out of fear. Mateo Lahoz, the talkative tyrant. Some referees rule with silence. Mateo Lahoz ruled with noise. The Spanish referee was known for his endless talking, hand gestures, and interruptions. He wanted to control not just the game, but the story. During the 2022 World Cup quarterfinal between Argentina and the Netherlands, Lahoz handed out 17 yellow cards and turned the match into chaos. Even Lionel Messi said, he shouldn't referee anymore. Fans called him dramatic. Players called him unpredictable. But everyone agreed. Playing under Lahoz felt like surviving a storm. Byron Moreno, the most hated referee in World Cup history. If there's one referee who still haunts Italy's football history, it's Byron Moreno. World Cup 2002, round of 16, Italy versus South Korea. Moreno disallowed a golden goal, showed Francesco Totti a red card for diving, and made a series of shocking calls that eliminated Italy. It wasn't just controversial. It was infamous. Italian media called him a national disaster. And years later, when Moreno was arrested for drug trafficking, fans said, "We always knew something was wrong." To many, he remains the symbol of corruption in football, a nightmare that never faded. Mark Clattenburg, the rock star referee. Mark Clattenburg wasn't just a referee. He was a performer. From his slick hairstyle to his confident smirk, he had the swagger of a man who believed he belonged under the spotlight. He officiated some of the biggest matches in the world, the 2016 Champions League final and the Euro final in the same year. But players often accused him of making the game about himself. Zinedine Zidane once said he talks too much, while Chelsea fans still remember his clashes with their stars. Clattenburg loved control, and sometimes that love made him the villain. He wasn't just enforcing rules, he was shaping the story, one whistle at a time. Felix Brych, the unforgiving judge. If football had a courtroom, Felix Brych would be the judge who never changed his verdict. The German referee is known for his cold, calculating approach. Once he makes a decision, there's no going back. In the 2014 World Cup, Croatia faced Brazil in the opening match. A controversial penalty awarded by Break changed the course of the game and the tournament. Croatian players accused him of bias, and fans flooded social media with outrage. But Break didn't flinch. His calm face said it all. "My word is final." Anders Frisk, the referee who walked away. Some referees live for controversy. Others pay the price for it. Anders Frisk from Sweden was one of the most respected officials in Europe. But after a fiery Champions League clash between Chelsea and Barcelona in 2005, he received death threats from fans. Frisk retired immediately, at just 42 years old. His departure exposed the darker side of football, where referees weren't just criticized, they were hunted. For players, he was a strict official. For fans, he became a symbol of how dangerous the game could become when passion turns to hate. Ubaldo Aquino, the forgotten villain narrator. Before Moreno's scandal, there was another South American name whispered in Italian nightmares, Ubaldo Aquino. In 2002, he officiated Italy versus Croatia. 2 Italian goals were disallowed, fouls ignored, cards missed. It wasn't as infamous as Moreno's disaster, but it started a chain of distrust that Italy still remembers. Aquino faded into history, but his decisions never did. John Moss, the teacher turned tyrant. John Moss was once a school teacher. On the pitch, he acted like one too, strict, disciplined, and ready to lecture anyone. He was known for halting games to explain fouls, something players absolutely hated. Once he stopped a Premier League counterattack mid-run just to pull play back for a free kick. Fans exploded with fury. To some, he was fair. To others, he was the ultimate buzzkill. But one thing's sure, no one forgot playing under him.